Your mind, it is like a gun. And you want to load it up with little itty bitty bullets of knowledge.
Alright family, y'all already know what it is. It's your guy Boro, the Lucky Libra, and thank you for tuning in to another episode, alright? So, y'all already know what it is, man. We picking up the Mars through the side series with Mars through Scorpio, alright? And this is my placement, okay? So, when we look at Mars, what is Mars? Mars is our passions. Mars is how we set our intentions. All right, Mars is our willpower. Mars is our charge. Mars is how we take our actions. Mars carries the duties and obligation of the sun. All right. So once again, when the moon is on the sun ass, when the sun come home from work and there's a whole bunch of shit that the kids ain't doing, and moon is complaining, the mom of the household, all right, the Merkaba of the household complaining to the sun, telling the sun, yo, what's up? Get these little niggas in order. Boom, boom, boom. Mars, who the first person the sun coming to? Who's the first person the sun is coming to? Mars. Mars, red ass. Yo, Mars, what's up? You supposed to be next in line. You supposed to know how to take action here. You looking up to me, god damn it. All right, Mars. You know you my battery pack. You know I need you to, you feel me? Take action on things. You know I need you to set these intentions. You know I need you to move with integrity with your passions. All right? So that's basically, I went too deep into the planetary family, but that's Mars in a nutshell, all right? It's our passions, how we set intentions, okay? And when Mars don't get to meet that, it turns into anger and frustration, more because Mars don't want to compromise none of these things. So, when we get into Scorpio, Mars love to be in this mother. Mars love to be here because this is fixed water and is ruled by Mars, co-ruled by Pluto. So being fixed water, we're dealing with fixated emotions, fixated vibrations, all right? Now we gotta see where that's gonna get channeled and directed, because they're fixated, but they're deep and heavy emotion, heavy passion, heavy desire with that Scorpio energy. So you bring Mars in there, that's where that passion come from, in that heavy water, okay? So that Scorpio water ain't no regular water. It ain't no water it ain't the water you go into when you when you go into the motherfucking swimming pool. It ain't the part of the water you want to be in when you go to the motherfucking beach. It ain't that. We don't be volunteering to dive that deep. All right? Unless your ass is in the Navy SEALs or some shit. Your ass got a submarine. You don't want to go into Scorpio water. But you know who want to go in Scorpio water? Mars. You know why it love being in that deep ass water? Because first of all, it's deep, it's dark, it's Scorpio energy. Don't nobody see it here. Don't nobody in the way of his intentions. Ain't no distractions here. It could direct its passions and move amongst vibrations and how it feels and what it can see. Because here in that Scorpio 8th house energy, you can't see, so you see through how you feel. All right, you gotta let vibrations move you. This is why Scorpios deal with mysticism. So, with that being said, when Mars is here, you got somebody. You ain't gonna know about their. You ain't gonna really know about their. You ain't gonna know about their intentions. You might not know about their goals for real. Now, actually tweak that. Let me tweak that. That can play out, but that's more of Mars in the 8th house. That's more in the Mars in the 8th house. Mars in Scorpio, you gonna still see their passion, but the thing is gonna be real settled. You're not gonna see their passion because they so expressive about it. You may see their passion because of. You're going to see their passion, how dialed in and focused they are on whatever it is that they focused on. So that's what you're going to see. You may see the dialed in energy, the not trying to put their passions out for everybody to know and put their goals and aspirations and inspirations out in the air. Mars and Scorpio feel a lot of vulnerability with that. Mars and Scorpio feel a lot of vulnerability with that. Mars and Aries and Mars and Scorpio both share that. It's just that Mars and Aries is quicker to be expressive about how they feel and see about their passions when people clash with it. Mars and Scorpio is water, so it's a little bit more receptive. They give a chance to, like, if they see a person place a thing that don't align with their passions, Mars and Scorpio, it might not get, most 8 out of 10 times it's not gonna get expressed from the Mars and Scorpio person that they're not about to fuck with you no more, because you don't have a certain amount of depth, passion, or substance to you. They just gonna do their little detached thing, you know. All placements and energies have certain frequency vibrations that's gonna make them, that's gonna lure them away and make them detached. That's one of the Mars and Scorpio, being around people that's no depth, no deep self. One of my favorite astrologers, Fernando Prudhomme, he said about Mars and Scorpio, there's such an intense journey for self-discovery with Mars and Scorpio, and that's so true. You know, Scorpio deals with your deep emotions, your deep emotions, the emotions that you ain't trying to really feel every day, but you know is in you. Things that have developed from past experiences, past traumas, things that may have transformed you in a turbulent way. All right. So, with us having these deep emotions and deep desires and passions, when Mars get here, it sets a lot of intentions to get into the root and understanding what all of that is. Mars and Scorpio people is like, they could be passionate something, but they want to understand why they spiritually have that purpose, of why they so spiritually passionate about that. Why is that their purpose? Why is this something that they want to attack so much? All right, everything get deeper when we get into Scorpio, but this is the place Mars love to be. This is the feminine nighttime side of Scorpio. Of Mars. So when we speak about the planets, I gotta do an updated video on the planets or whatnot sometime towards, beginning next year maybe, or through my classes or whatnot. But we know all planets have their masculine and feminine side, their masculine and feminine homes, their nighttime and daytimes. All right, every planet except the sun and moon. The sun is the masculine, the moon is the ultimate feminine energy. But Mars, when it's in Scorpio, that's the nighttime. All right, because the Mars and Scorpio people are the epitome. They're the epitome of people that will stay down for their passions, because they already got the co-rulership of Pluto influence in here in the Scorpio constellation. So it's already dealing with long-term passions, embracing the transformations amongst these long-term passions. That's why it's another reason why Scorpios are so reserved, because not only are they experiencing transformation among the feelings and emotions, they're experiencing transformation of the feelings and emotions because a lot of these long-term passions, because of these endeavors and pursuits that they so passionate about, they already subconsciously understand they're gonna be transformed walking that journey. So it's like this, family. It's like, if I'm about to go rob a bank this evening, what time is it? It's about to be 2 o'clock. It's about to be 2 p.m. If I'm planning to rob a bank at 7:30, I ain't gonna be just over here making YouTube videos like I'm making now. I ain't just gonna be chilling with the homies acting like everything's all fine and dandy, unless I'm some whole lunatic nigga, and I'm just bugged like that, and that's just how I gets down. But for the most part, I'm probably gonna be contemplating, be in my head a little bit, trying to get focused. All right, trying to channel my energies, get my spirit mind right for this mission. Mars, so it's like that's like Mars and Scorpio. Like they're not about to be so outlandish about the things that they want to attack in a way. It's uncomfortable having everybody up in that space. Mars and Scorpio gonna manifest some confrontation with some passions at times, be chasing their passions at times. Oh, wait, so to conclude what I meant by that whole analogy, so yeah, the reason why I made that analogy about robbing the bank and being in the energy before I robbed the bank, this because the Mars and Scorpio person, like, they be in a state where they've already been transformed. They know that bank robbery, aka that pursuit, that long-term goal, can bring transformation. So when you come around them, or you just be a person with mundane thoughts, don't think or feel deep on shit. Especially when it comes to knowing yourself and self-discovery or any passionate pursuits in your life. That's why they might give you that temperament, like they about to go rob a bank or something serious about to happen, because that's really their aura beaming off, like, yo, this is not important, this is not necessary, this is, what am I learning from this? Yeah, family, like I was saying, all right, the Mars and Scorpio person, that's why you might get that temperament from them if you're around them or whatnot. Cause they just don't want to be, that's how intense they are when it comes to their passions. Like, they already put themselves in a place where you can't even distract these things or even know what they up to for real, even if they give you a percentage of what they doing. But if you just becoming a blockage, or you in a way, relationship, person, place, or thing, you know, there's really a no, this is where Mars ain't got the time for it, alright? Because it's in water, so it's gonna start feeling intensely and deeply about certain things. It may start feeling more deeper about you as a person. It could be your friend, but you could just really be in the way right now in a certain situation when the Mars person is really trying to do something and they're being direct with how they feel about doing something, and you just not understanding how serious they are about that. This Mars and Scorpio person might just start feeling way deeply than it even has to even go above, that it has to even deal with in that situation. But it's just Mars and Scorpio here. That's what it's saying. You, like, this person holds that much in. This person holds that much in. Alright? You know, these people do very well with secrets. These people are, quote unquote, they're stealthy. Alright? Know how to move behind the scenes. Alright? It's like these people subconsciously understand certain principles about the art of war already. They're not gonna put their strategies or express themselves in a way where you may understand their next strategy. And this even trickles down, I mean, this trickles down into like even if it's like a music artist with Mars and Scorpio, like in some type of way, when they put their music out, like, or when they do an interview before an album drop, like, they're not even trying to give you too much of what's in the album and the interview, whatnot. They'll bring you into the world of it a bit, but like, they can't just give you everything on it. Like, you gotta go ahead and they prep it a certain way for you to go discover that if this was like a Mars and Scorpio artist, it's like they can't just give you everything. It don't work like that. Like, this artist will probably be real timely with how they drop their music. Alright? The intentions run super deep here. These people, like, you could be close to these people. You could be close to these people, Mars and Scorpio people, and still kinda, could be your cousin. Could be your cousin, you still kind of don't be knowing what your cousin be on sometimes. Don't be knowing your cousin intentions. It's like, let me keep, Mars and Scorpio trying to keep that to themselves. Alright? Mars and Scorpio could be some, alright, when it comes to, when we talk about the Scorpio energy, we're talking about, you know, the rise to a phoenix. The energy that goes through the transformations, alright, and the quote unquote dark energies, dark vibrations, heavy emotions, goes through these things and learns to transform and cultivate that, to rise as an example of how to rise through that as a phoenix. So it's like with Mars and Scorpio, there's a lot of passion and intention set towards that. They see themselves rising through turbulence in their life, and they could get real emotional about their approach to these things. Okay, they get real emotional about their approach to these things. So if they manifest in like family members or relationships that's not supportive or clash with their career goals or whatever goals that they may have, like the Mars and Scorpio person, like they may do a lot of things where, you know, they may express themselves in a certain way or detach themselves in a certain way that may be a detriment to the relationship, but they looking at how that was just affecting a long-term vision or goal or a long-term frequency by a feeling and emotion they trying to feed, they trying to support. All right, it's like Mars and Scorpio, when they have the goal, they understand that it got to continue to be, it has to continuously be fed. All right, aka they have to continue to envision it, continue to feel on it. All right, continue to see the potential of it, cultivate the work behind it. Like Mars and Scorpio, they dive deep into making sure they feed their passions, they feed their goals, they feed their ambitions. Okay, so it could get real, they could get real protective, defensive when it comes to these things, vulnerable when people got things to say about their passions or something they passionate about ain't looked at in the light that other people look at it. Not saying that that'll make them vulnerable, because really a Mars and Scorpio person don't really care how other people look at their passions. It depends on like the alignments around that. Yeah, Mars and Scorpio really don't care. Yeah, they don't care. When Mars is in, understand, when Mars is in any of its healthy states, so like Mars in Aries, Mars in Scorpio, Mars in Capricorn, or Mars in the first house, Mars in the 8th house, Mars in the 10th house, these type of people usually don't deal with no, depending on certain alignments. All right, because even if you have it in one of them houses, it could be debilitated in a sign. You could have Mars in the 8th house but it's in Cancer. All right, Mars in the first house but it's in Libra. So, but you know, with these placements, you know, 8, 9 out of 10 times, these people, they don't compromise their passions. They don't compromise these things. They don't allow you to come in their life and build insecurities on their motherfucking passions. Not Mars and Scorpio. They feel on it way too long for you to just come out of nowhere and alter they long calculated emotional intensive plan. I don't know if intensive is a word, but motherfucker, that shit, the vibration of that shit was right as shit. Like, who is you to come around with any opinion on what I got? What this is an intense journey I'm on. You could even you have an opinion, and you can even fathom what transformations you got to go through to be on the journey and pursuit that I am for my passion and whatnot. All right, so there's a longevity in their hustle. Mars and Scorpio. Yeah, that's that Mars Scorpio. That's that Mars and Scorpio energy right there for the most part. These people could naturally fall into a lot of occult and esoteric like energies too easily. Mars and Scorpio could easily fall into dark magic, quote unquote dark magic, voodoo rituals, witchcraft, astrology, tarot. Easily fall into that shit. Scorpio's birthed out the 8th house, which deals with occult like knowledge and wisdom, spirituality that's practiced behind the scenes, you know, more esoteric forms of spirituality. So it's like with Mars being in his home state, it's already craving that. It's already craving the energies behind the scenes. These things, Mars and Scorpio people understand that the energies behind the scenes, the things that ain't projected for all of us to see, they understand that's the shit they need to know in order to attach to get them from point A to B with their passions. Like Mars and Scorpio know that shit. Alright. Some Mars and Scorpio names we may all know. Who we got? Taylor Swift, Leonardo DiCaprio, Kurt Cobain, Jennifer Austin. Oh, excuse me, Aniston. I knew I said that wrong. I scrolled right back up like, what was it? Jennifer Aniston, Gandhi, Oprah Winfrey, Bruce Lee, Mark Zuckerberg, Joe Biden, Jimi Hendrix, Marilyn Manson, Khloe Kardashian, Joseph Stalin. Alright, Mel Gibson, Charlie Sheen. Alright, we got one more in there, Alright, so that pretty much, you know, Morgan Freeman. That pretty much wraps it up for the Mars and Scorpio energy. Alright, family. So for the most part, we moving on to Mars and Sagittarius, and that's where we're gonna pick it up at. Until next time, peace.